Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Market preview and trade level setup for December the 2nd, 2013. For those that are visiting us from Twitter or watching on YouTube, we are Quantum Leap. We are a self-organized learning environment. We run a private Skype chat room as well as a live trade room. If you're interested in checking it out, you'll need a Skype account, but it is free for the Skype account. You can send me a contact request at Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I am the founder and the head moderator for Quantum Leap. Each morning we come together to do our morning homework and set our trade levels up for the day in the ES. And we, will generally post this on Twitter and in the rooms that I attend. If you want more information about, Quantum Leap in general, you can send me an email at dm@m4connects.com or give me a call directly on my office line. Please call me after market hours. So what we do each morning is we're going to go through the macro, the micro, and the key numbers and in the trend, and then we're going to get into some more in-depth chart analysis and then set up our trade level plan. So we do this as a routine each morning to prepare ourselves to trade. If you're watching the video, you might want to skip a few minutes ahead in the video and skip some of the macro to micro stuff and get right to the charting. But before we do anything, I've got to do the legals. So this information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand their knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or investment decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves the risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than the initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own plan, do your own due diligence. Okay, so let's get right to the numbers. Of course, we've got a brand new number again put in on Friday at 1812.50, another all-time new high. So definitely going to be a target to the upside today. In terms of the weekly and monthly numbers, nothing else really jumps out. Friday, we opened the Globex at 1808.50, had a high of 09.25 and a low of 1806.25, and we closed at, we opened the RTH session at 1808.25. Had an open auction in range. We broke the IB to both sides, had a neutral day, rotational day, and one of the clues that you want to look for when you're looking for rotational days is how wide is the opening swing. Is it greater than 2 points or more? And you can see that we had 3.25 point opening swing, and they had a very tight IB, 4.75 points, less than the normal 6 to 9 points. So this was giving us early clues in Friday morning that we were going to have a rotational day. Of course, we closed at 1804.25. We created a double distribution day with VPOC up in the upper distribution at 1810.50. And we did complete the rule of 10 that we were looking for with the break of 1800. The 20-day ATRs are, starting to constrict and coil. Globex open, 1806.25, which is our week open, and our month open, as well as our day open, 1806.25. So pay attention to that. And that 1806.25 is right near the current microcomposite VPOC. Of course, we broke the IB with a make and break right at 932, but nothing else really jumps out at me in terms of those numbers. Let's take a look at news for today. We had Bernanke speaking at 7:30. We've got MFG PMI at 8 o'clock, and we have ISM at 9 o'clock. So this would be the news that I'd be looking for to create some type of reaction within the market. Going over to the naked VPOCs, we took out 1808.75 and 1806, and we added 1810.50. And in terms of naked crosses, we took out 1808.75 and 1809.75. I'm sorry, we took out 1806, but we added 1808.75 and added 1809.75 on the 30 and the 15. So nothing else really jumps out at me in terms of the macro to micro in the terms of the numbers. Let's take a look at the trend. The trend on the monthly, still very, very strong. You've got good slope and separation on the 9 and the 20. You've got price trading in the upper distribution of the prior month. Again, first day trading in the month, last month of the year, and the trend has been extremely strong. We have not closed below the 9 EMA all year. We have not closed below the 20 SMA in this year and last year. Trend has been very strong on the monthly. On the weekly, same thing. We've got good slope and separation. We've got a bit of a tech gap going on the weekly. Do we close it through time and have the 9 EMA catch up to price, or do we close it through price and time and come down somewhere lower to close the technical gap? But the slope and separation is still pointing to a continuation, and coming down to the 9 and closing the gap is not going to change the overall current trend on the weekly. Going to the daily, again, very strong. You've got good slope and separation. You created a couple tech gaps, closed the first one. Second one is getting closed through time. We're going sideways and consolidating sideways in this balance that we're in. Let's take a quick look at the geometric chart. I added this modified shift chart last week, but in terms of the longer term fork, the longer term upward sloping fork, we broke out to the upside of it and currently trading outside of the upper line of that fork, but coming back down. If we come down and test the upper line on the upward sloping long-term fork, that's going to put us down into that 1796 area. That CHVN down at 1796. In terms of the midterm upward sloping fork, you can see that we broke above the center line. We came back and tried to break below the center line here, got back above, and now we're coming down and testing the center line again. But so far, we're holding that. And the center line is basically right there at that 1803, 1802 area. If we go up and test the new modified fork that I put in last week, move up to there, will bring us up into the 1814.50 area. Again, we still have that measured move up at 1816, 1817 area. I think this market is showing that it's accepting value. Let's go over to the composite chart and take a look at it. You can see we moved up, and the first 3 days that we were up here in balance, we accepted the 1802 and a quarter as balance. Since then, as we've been rotating in around here, the overall microcomposite VPOC, or fair value in this area, is at 1806 CHVN, and is currently the microcomposite VPOC. We've got a little bit of undetermined value in this distribution zone that is separated by the CLVN at 1850. Basically, 1875. Basically, you can call this 1800 centennial number, and then the other side of that being the 1808.50. And in between, we've got 3 areas of price acceptance. We've got the current microcomposite VPOC at 1806. We've got CHVN at 1804.75, and we've got the CHVN at 1802.50 in that prior microcomposite VPOC, that we accepted that value, and then they moved higher, tried to go and make a new high. They did, and they came back, and they are trying to hold value around 1806. But you can see we came down into that 1802 area on Friday to pick up buyers, and we're currently trading in between those two levels. My anticipation is that we're probably going to get some chop and some ping pong action between this 1802.50 and the 1806 level, with 1804.75 in the middle. The current microcomposite VPOC value area high, the microcomposite value area high is just above that microcomposite VPOC at 1806.50, and the microcomposite value area low is down here at 1802. So the value area that we're trading in right now really is bracketing these two key areas of price acceptance, and that's why my anticipation is we will rotate around. Of course, the line in the sand below is going to be this 1875. If we break through the 1800 area and get below that, I'd be looking for a rotation down into the 1798, which is basically around the 50% retracement of the breakout candle that we broke out of the prior balance that we are around, that surrounded that microcomposite VPOC at 1788.75. But you've got that 1796 area to watch for below, and the 94, with the other side of the balance around 94 down here at that 1792. And if we break the 1792, then I'd be looking for a rotation back down to see if we pick up buyers at 1788.75. That's the next big test below us if we can't hold the 1800s. I think if we get back into the 1700s, you'll see a rotation at least down to the 1794 CHVN. That's also the value area high of the prior balanced microcomposite that we broke out of. So a rotation down to test the value area would be something that you would expect if we break below that 1800 again. And of course, you've got the current microcomposite range low at that 1798 level. And you can see how these levels are starting to play out again. They are playing out where we were down here. Now they're coming into importance as support on the bottom side. Of course, if we continue to hold this value inside of this value area, and we break above the value area at 1806, and I'd be looking for a push to the other side of balance at 1808.50, and if we get above 1808.50, I'd be looking for a move to go and test that high at 1812.50 and possibly put in another all-time new high. Let's take a look at what we did overnight and put our levels in for our trade day today. We have a Globex high at 1807.75. And we have a Globex low at 1801.75. So our overnight low is just below our Friday RTH session low at 1802.75. We've got a double distribution day that we put in on Friday with the key LVN right here at this 1806.75. Now remember, 1806 and 1806.50 are the CHVN and the value area high, but it is a LVN from the prior day. And whenever you get a double distribution day, generally within the next couple days, next couple of trading sessions, you're going to visit both sides of that balance. But we're currently trading in the lower distribution around the HVN from Friday of the lower distribution at 1804.25, and just below the CHVN, that middle undetermined fair value at 1804.75 CHVN. And we've got our Friday close at 1804.25. So my main hypothesis for the day is that we're going to open up in the lower distribution. I think we'll probably rotate down, if we get initiative sellers stepping in on the open, and a push down to test that 1802.50 area again, and the range low from Friday. Possibly a push through to take out the overnight low and test the 1800, and if they hold 1800, a move for responsive buyers to step in, defend that 1800, rotate us back into the lower distribution, and slowly work our way up to test the value area low from 1805.50 and the 1807 CLVN, and back up into balance for the microcomposite VPOC at that 1806. And then if we get through this 1807, I'd be looking for rotation up into the upper distribution of the double distribution day from yesterday, and come up and take out the naked VPOC at 1810, possibly push through to test the value area high and the range high, and the test of the all-time high. But my key hypothesis is that we chop around in this zone with a push down to test that 18. So I'm going to be trading off of the, my main trade areas is going to be this 1802.75. If we break below that, I'm looking for rotation to take out the overnight low, 96% probability. If we get down, there, I think the probability shifts to taking out the overnight low versus the overnight high, and then a push through to test that 1800. 1800 is going to be another area that I'll be looking to do business and see if we hold the 1800s or break through and push through. And then my targets below is going to be this 1796 area and the 1794. And those are my two main areas that I'm looking for today, is to test that 94. Come on. But of course, if we get below that 94, I'm looking for a rotation down to that 88.50 and back to the former naked microcomposite VPOC. And I'll be looking to get into a short with the break of that 92. I'll likely be in a short already, but I'll be looking to add on to that short or to scale out at the other side of that balance at the CLVN at 92. So that will be another trade area for me. To the upside, if we do get buyers stepping in and we defend the range low and take out the Friday naked close, which looks like we're going to do, then I'd be looking for a rotation up to this 1805.50 area and test the value area low. And if we get inside of value, I'll be looking for a move up to this 1807. So I'm actually not going to use the 1807 today. I'm going to actually use the 1805.50, the value area low, for a rotation through to 1807. And then if we get through that 1807 and get into the 1808s areas, then I'd be looking for a rotation and a continuation up to take out the 1810. So I'll be trading the other side of that 1807 area, probably in around 1807.75 to 1808 with the break of the overnight high, and get into a long towards that 1810.50. And then if we continue the move up and we test the other side, we get a value area play, the 80% rule to take out the value area high, or test the value area high. This will be the other area that I'd be looking to do business, and possibly look for responsive sellers to step in here and keep us inside of this balance. But if we break out, then I'm looking for a target and a rotation up into that 1816, 1817 area. So my main target above is that 1816.50 area. So pretty straightforward. I don't know why this won't come on. 1816.50. There we go. It's pretty straightforward today, but I think being the first day of the month, I think that you've got to remain more bullish than bearish. So I think the risk is to the upside with a continuation of this trend up. Let's take a quick look at the Keltner. You can see that current center line is 1804.75, right at that CHVN. I moved to test the upper Keltner line, will bring us up to that 1811 area, and likely a test of the value area high and the range high from Friday. A test of the lower Keltner line takes us down into that 1798 area. Remember 1798 too was our low on what day was it? Wednesday of last week as well. So it does have a possibility of coming into play and acting as support from that move down late or mid-week last week. Let's take a quick look at, I don't have my gold chart open. So Howard, let's go over to you, and then I'll open my gold chart and we can wrap up with gold after you're done your analysis.
So looking back at the daily chart, we can see that we have this interim high here at 1809.25. We've been consolidating since then. And then on the 29th, we had this, within one tick of being an official key reversal candle, also a gravestone doji and kind of a shooting star. So we made our new high at 1812.50. And so far in Globex, we're just consolidating in the same area. So we have our support with the 90 MA below, which held support here back on the 20th. Also held support here back on the 12th. We had a one-day breach of it back here on the 7th, but just a one-day breach. We've not had any other closes below it since then, so it's been a solid source of support. So, we've had a few key reversal candles over the last few months. None of them has formed any lasting retracement. So, we'll see how this one does here. Now let's take a look at some of the other market internals. Okay, so here's the SPY. We see that we made the new high here on the 29th. And on balance volume, we have a lower high. So we have a bit of a non-confirmation there. On balance volume, not confirming high just yet. Industrials versus transports. Doesn't look like there's any change here. I'll look at the sectors. We're still getting a bit of a mixed picture among the sectors. Retail is moving a bit higher. Healthcare is leveled off. Consumer discretionary is higher. You can see that a number of these other ones are flat. A few of them are actually moving lower. Utilities, which has been among the weaker sectors most of the year, has widened its lead to the downside, although it is still above where it opened, as are all the sectors that we're showing. look at our advanced declines versus up-down volume. So in this middle chart, we have our advanced declines on a 10-day average basis. We have made our low back here on the 7th of November. And we've been getting a bit stronger. We're above the break-even point. But as we're making new highs here, we made our high in these indicators back on October 22nd. So we've had a non-confirmation going for quite some time. And what remains to be seen is if this rise in the advanced declines and up-down volume will continue to make a new high, or whether we're just doing a bit of a retrace and turn lower. You can see over the last couple of days of activity, the NYSE in blue has actually curved a little bit lower, while the NASDAQ has curved a little bit higher. You see something similar in the up-down volume, although the up volume versus down volume is actually weaker than the advanced decline, where we have the NASDAQ in red, a higher high from this point, but a lower high from this point. So even among the market breadth indications, we're getting some non-confirmations. That looks like lately the NASDAQ has been a touch stronger than the NYSE. So that's what remains to be seen is if we're going to start curving back down here, or whether we continue higher to break this non-confirmation. I would normally show a COT report today, but due to the holiday, they did not publish one, so I don't have any updated trader reports today. So with that, Doug, I'll turn it back over to you.
Howard, can you do me a quick favor? Can you take a quick, because I don't have my live TOS on this and the problem that they're having with my charts on the paper money, can you just quickly go through the 30, the 15, and the 5 and let me know where we've got any naked crosses that were put in Globex?
I have 30. So this is the 30. We have the naked cross from Friday back here at 1808, call it 75. No other naked crosses during the Globex thus far. The 15-minute, it's like we just formed one here at 1803.75, let's call it. After one from Friday here at 1809.75.
And that's on the 15-minute as well?
That's 15 minutes, yes.
Okay. And what about the 5-minute?
5 minutes. There's one here at 1805.75. One here, 1803.25.
Thanks, Howard.
Looks like there might be one forming here also at 1804.25.
Yeah, but coming into the open, I think it'll get taken out right on the market on open orders. Okay, thank you very much. Let's bring it back over here. All right, so just taking a look at gold, you can see that after we broke out of this balance that we were in, around that 1283 microcomposite VPOC, we broke down, we found balance down here in around this 1241. Currently trading 1238.30. We've got a CLVN at that 1237. If you remember back on the way up, okay, back when we were trading, in this area before, 1237 was a key CLVN, and once we got above that, we basically made a nice move over a long period of time to the upside, and we're back down trading this and trying to hold value in around this 1241. So the 1237 area is going to be a key line in the sand, in my personal opinion. If we get below that, I'd be looking for rotation to test the 1232.50 CHVN, with the other side of balance being down here at that 1229. If we get below 1229, I think we break below the range low that we have in this balance area at 2570, and we come down, and the next destination down is this 1215.50 area. But the key target below is going to be this 1203.40, which was the microcomposite VPOC that we created once we broke into the 1200s and accepted value in the 1200s. We got this acceptance in the naked microcomposite VPOC around 1203.40. With, of course, 1200 being the other side of that balance. I think that's where you'll find some support there. We'll probably come down there and then make a quick move off of that 1200 area to see if they can hold the 1200s, possibly a bounce up into that 1215.50 area, maybe even come all the way back up into this 1241. If we hold the 1237, then I'd be looking for a rotation back up into 41 and a test of the value area high at 1248.50, right in around that CHVN at 1247, with the other side of balance being up there at the 1255. The microcomposite range high is 1257.80, but I think the other side of this balance is really up here at 1255.20. If we break out of that, I'd be looking for a rotation and a breakout of the balance that we're in to the upside, with a move above 1258 to the other side of balance at 1264.60, and then if we can get above that, I think that will be strong resistance on our way up. But if we can break above it, again, the main targets above is that 1271 former microcomposite VPOC, but the big target above is that 1283 naked microcomposite VPOC. So that's what I'm looking at in gold. Let's just quickly put our naked crosses in for the morning. We've got the 1803 and a quarter. We've got 1803.75. And then above us we've got 1805.75. And above that we've got 1808.75. And 1809.75. So we've got lots of targets above and lots of targets below in this value area of the microcomposite that is basically 1802 through to 1806. So again, my hypothesis, main hypothesis, is to chop around in the open, move lower to test the to take out these two naked crosses and test the range low in that 1802.75, a push through to take out the overnight low, and then buyers stepping in between there and 1800 to hold us, and then rotation back up through and chopping in this this zone between the 1806 and 1802 area as we accept value here and hold value above 1800. If we move above 1806, I'd be looking for a rotation back up into the upper distribution and a test of the naked VPOC at 1810.50, taking out the overnight high and these three naked crosses above us. And it's possible continuation and a move up to test the value area high and the range high at 1812.50. I'm not expecting a move to make new highs today. I think we need to, first day of the month, we're going to have a consolidation and acceptance of this price level. So I'm expecting, really a rotational day in around this balance area, this distribution that we're in, and inside of the microcomposite value area high and low, with maybe a poke to the upside or a poke to the low side down to 1800 or 1810.50. So that's what we're looking at. Be careful and make sure that you don't get chopped up in the open. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.